Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah.
What's going on, YouTube? If you're new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe, hit the bell. Today we have a really good one. We got a brother that go by New Horizons. He has an interesting theory on why Rock Lee can't use ninjutsu. So this is for all the Naruto stans and fans. So he has two theories, and one of them is that Rock Lee might have autism. So let's dive in and see what he's talking about.
He attempts to continue to fight despite being knocked out cold. You could maybe dismiss this if it wasn't for his eyes also being extremely different. Why on earth would Kishimoto decide to make him the only character with circles for eyes, and include all these other solely unique things about him? The other disorder I believe he has may seem far-fetched if I name drop it now, so let me present my final piece of evidence. One anime that has characters with an eye design similar to Lee is Death Note. In Death Note, L and Nier don't have perfect circles for eyes, but their eyes are far more circular in nature than any other character in that show. And you know what is a very well-accepted fan theory for those two characters? It's that they both have autism. I'll name some of the evidence that supports this. Both Light and Nier are hyper-fixated on being detectives to the point it's all we see them do in the show. Everything I remember them doing has something to do with solving the Kira case, similar to how almost everything Lee does revolves around his fixations.
Now that's very interesting. If you're a person who deals with special needs kids or you're a special ed teacher, let us know, because the eyes being circle, that is interesting why Rock Lee is the only character that has that. And even in Death Note, them having circular eyes, that's interesting. What do y'all think? But let's continue.
L can't sit in a chair properly and instead must crouch in it. A typical sign of autism is not being able to sit in a chair normally. Another typical sign is that Nier plays...
Now that's true. That's true. If you know anybody who has autism, or like someone who has a son or a daughter has autism, that's 100% true. They cannot sit still to save their life. But Rock Lee, he could sit still. I don't know, man. Let's keep going.
Nier plays with toys while working and is very rigid in how he arranges them. He also constantly twirls his hair in the same pattern, and this symptom would be repetitive motor movements. Finally, they are both socially awkward. They avoid eye contact and always talk in a deadpan fashion. This highly contrasts the often stressed out and animated detectives surrounding them. Lee doesn't display as many symptoms, but this is probably because there's less room to portray that in a battle shonen. A common symptom is hyperfixating on few topics of interest. I've already explained what those are and how severe they are. Another symptom is him strictly adhering to a routine, like when he takes medicine in the middle of a fight. And of course, he also does not seem to pick up on social cues, which is what causes him to be socially awkward. The final sign that points to him having autism...
See, now I disagree with that. Rock Lee's social cues are a little iffy, but the first time he fought Sasuke and he met Naruto, I thought he was pretty socially aware. Like, he was like, yo, I want to fight you, Sasuke. I heard you good. Like, let's get down to business. So I'm not sure about that. Maybe he didn't think about that scene, but Rock Lee isn't the best with social cues, but I do believe he knows when like something serious is going down. So I disagree with him a little bit on that.
Aphantasia has not been studied very much, and even less so in tandem with autism. But I have found some studies that have found that autism and aphantasia are correlated. One study said that 5% of those with autism have aphantasia, which is 5 times more likely than those without autism. And that's the thing about autism that makes it so fascinating. No two cases are the same, and its symptoms are broad along with their severity. One person may avoid all eye contact possible, and another may only make intense eye contact. Some people with autism have aphantasia, and others have intense levels of visualization. The range of symptoms and how they contrast is why it's called a spectrum. I wouldn't say Rock Lee shows that many symptoms, but when you factor in everything else, it makes sense, especially since his eyes are circular just like L and Nier. So really, just to sum everything up, I'm sure that Rock Lee has aphantasia, because in order to create a jutsu you have to imagine. All the other unique aspects of his character point towards him also having autism. This is because of his behavior and how his circular eyes are suspiciously similar to other anime characters who are widely theorized to have autism. Aphantasia is also more common than usual in people with autism. I'd really like to hear what y'all have to think about this, because this is something I've come up with completely on my own. I also am open to hearing suggestions for making videos about other plausible theories or other areas of Naruto that are mysterious. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more videos.
Wow. So that's it. But that's a very interesting theory. I don't know any other animes that get into kids with like autism or special needs, especially a shonen anime. But Rock Lee is one of my favorite anime characters of all time. So if he does have autism, that only makes him even greater. Like Rock Lee, he pretty much, in my opinion, he put Naruto on that map. That's the first fight between, well, the fight between him and Gaara put Naruto on the map, because we seen like what the show could be. But that's a very interesting theory, man. Shout out to the brother, man. His name is New Horizons. You guys go take a look at his YouTube channel. So let me know what you think. Leave it in the comments below. Do you believe Rock Lee has autism? I don't think so, but hey, y'all let me know. Thank you for watching. I appreciate the support. Make sure you guys subscribe. I'm out.